All right. Looks like we're on time to begin here. Tech folks are all giving me the thumbs up. Welcome. Welcome to Westwood Unitarian Church. My name is Mitch Waldon. My pronouns are he and him. I'm happy to see you all here. It's been a long time since I've been here as service leader, so I ask your forbearance if there are some hiccups and those kinds of things. Our speaker this morning is Katie. As someone recently diagnosed with ADHD, I'm really interested to hear what she has to say about ableism in academics. Our musician this morning is Janice Reynolds. Bill Lee, Hannah, Rebecca are our tech team, and it takes a whole community to put on these services. Lots of people involved, the people on the worship services, and each and every one of you who comes here or who attends online. All of us are involved in the services that are here at Westwood. So thank you for being here, and thank you for all those people who are working behind the scenes. Thank you. A lovely springy song. What you don't know is that there's no music in front of her. It's all here, which is lovely. All right. By way of recognizing the land on which we are playing and learning and worshiping this morning, these are words from Bruce Coburn's song, Stolen Land. From Tierra del Fuego to Ungava Bay, the history of betrayal continues to today. I have a staff member who happens to be First Nations. He hates those laundry list land acknowledgements, just like the LGBTQ2S list. It tends to go on and on. Someone's always left off. So in the spirit of recognizing that learning about the ongoing history of the people who were here before us is true reconciliation work, I've taken to talking about historical facts. This morning, in homage to Bruce Coburn's words, I want to talk about a very recent history that I learned about from MP Blake Desjardins during a meeting I attended with him. He has discovered that Alberta is special when it comes to how the federal government figures out how much compensation is due to Treaty 6 members as a part of their treaty agreement. Only in Alberta, the federal government uses census data from 2001 to calculate the payments due. Every other part of Canada, they use data from 2021. You can imagine how much things have changed in 20 years. So the chicanery and abusive behavior of the federal government towards our Treaty 6 neighbors is not some ancient history. It continues to today. It's abominable. Again, from Bruce Coburn, oh, now we've all discovered the world wasn't only made for whites. What step are you going to take to try and set things right? Let's take some steps. So welcome. Welcome to Westwood Unitarian Universalist community, where our search for spirituality and our passion for justice meet and mingle, where our head and our heart are divided no more, where reverence for the earth and belief in the dignity of every person inform our ethics, where music is an expression of our joy, worship a sign of our faith, and acts of justice a symbol of our hope. You are welcome here to rest sometimes, to grow by searching and participating sometimes, and to serve the world in whatever way you choose. A special welcome to people who may be newcomers here for the first time. We work hard to be a welcoming, nurturing, and inclusive community where people may experience freedom of religious thought, spiritual development, hope, and inspiration. We hope you'll stay for refreshments and conversation after the service. Feel free to come to any event you see in the order of service or online. You're welcome to come, and please come to another service. They change every week. Some words from the Reverend Ray Drennan, a really lovely Unitarian Universalist minister. As you are welcome here, visitor, friend, or long-term member. You are welcome here with your family or your partner or lover or alone. We joyfully welcome you here. You are welcome here as a believer or doubter, as a joiner or loner. You are welcome here feeling a part of us or not, full of energy or just plain tired, seeking a vision or a rest. You are welcome to join us as you are. And some opening words. These are by the Reverend Sarah Eileen Lawal. Out of the flames of fear, we rise with courage of our deepest convictions to stand for justice, inclusion, and peace. Out of the flames of scrutiny, we rise to proclaim our faith with hope to heal a fractured and hurting world. Out of the flames of doubt, we rise to embrace the mystery, wonder, and awe of all there is and all that is yet to be. Out of the flames of hate, we rise with the force of love, love that celebrates our shared humanity. Out of the flames, we rise. Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing the hymn, the lyrics which will appear on the screen. Come sing a song with me.
Share a rose with me.
Mitch. Each week, we take some time to recognize the joys and sorrows that touch our lives. In a ritual practiced by many Unitarian Universalist communities, we light candles to mark these significant moments and events of our lives. For those of you who are with us online, you may, if you wish, write down your thoughts using the chat icon or your computer. And I invite anybody who would like to do so to come forward and light a candle for whatever is on their minds and hearts today. Is there folks online who would like to light a candle? Yep. How about people here? Are there folks here who would like to light a candle? And then I'll light one more candle for all those joys and concerns that we carry in our heart. Please join me in the affirmation, which is up on the screen here. May the light of these candles to you and not to harm, to help and not to hinder. In love and affection and hope. There are many things that go into keeping this place doing what it does so well, and one of those is financial contributions. There's some information on here in terms of how to support Westwood financially, and volunteering options are a possibility as well. And to acknowledge the work and the contributions that people make, I'd like to ask us to sing our affirmation, which is "From you I receive." Is a hymn. Please join us in body or in spirit, rise in body or in spirit, and join us in singing the hymn 1053, How Could Anyone? Invite Katie up to talk to us about ableism in academia.
Thank you. Ableism in academics. There are many ways one can be neurodiverse. One can have autism, ADHD, dyspraxia, dyscalculia, dyslexia, dysgraphia, misophonia, slow processing speed, stammering, Tourette syndrome, and many more. Professor Thomas Hehir wrote a paper about how to eliminate ableism in schools all the way back in 2002. While many of his ideas are being implemented in our public school systems, I want to challenge us to think of ways we can better implement his ideas. Here, I have also included some of my own ideas. Here are his ideas. Employ concepts of universal design in schooling. Let's think about how we design things and make sure that such designs are accessible to everyone. What are the neuro-inclusive design principles? One, many neurodiverse people find certain sounds, visuals, or smells overwhelming. Sensory-friendly elements like dimmable lighting, soft flooring, panels for better acoustics, and sensory pods make it easier. Can anyone think of any more sensory-friendly elements? Can anyone think of any more sensory-friendly elements that make visuals or sounds less overwhelming for students? Oh, hey.
Alternative seating, like couches and pillows.
Ooh, okay, that's fantastic. Yes, that can make things a lot more comfortable for students. Can anyone think of anything else? No? Okay, great. Number two, flexible spaces and furniture include movable walls, standing desks, and adjustable seating. Can anyone think of any other types of flexible spaces and furniture? Okay. So another thing that can help is the way certain classrooms are arranged. And this can make things a lot more flexible and much more easier to move around in. Zoning and wayfinding makes rooms easier to find. You can do this by adding elements to the rooms or hallways that make them stand out, like colorful walls, carpets, stained glass windows. Signs with pictures help immensely. Can you think of any other ways that make it easier for students to find things? Anybody?
Labels?
Oh, fantastic, labels.
Picture labels.
Picture labels, great. Anybody else?
Arrows.
Arrows, fantastic.
Clear fonts.
Clear fonts, woohoo.
Big fonts.
Big fonts, brilliant. Biophilia is a hypothetical human tendency to interact or be closely associated with other forms of life in nature, a desire or tendency to commune with nature. You can add earthy tones, plants, or organic shapes such as circles. Can you think of any other ways that make the environment look more natural? Any ways that make the, oh, yes.
Plants.
Plants, yes, definitely plants. Yes?
Animals.
Animals, yeah. When I was at a park with my nephew, they incorporated a lot of insects and animals into the design of the park.
Aquarium.
Aquarium, okay, awesome, fantastic. They do a lot of that in the libraries. Encourage disabled students to develop and use, oh, next slide. Encourage disabled students to develop and use skills and modes of expression that are most effective and efficient for them. There are many ways of communicating one's understanding. It is important that each child has the means to communicate in the most efficient and effective way tailored to their needs, so that assessments can be made efficiently and effectively in regards to their other skill sets. Many special education teachers don't have the disability-related skills one needs to help students maximize their ability to communicate. We need special education teachers who have experience with AAC devices, who know sign language, and can help neurodiverse students with mobility impairments. Communication is crucial for maximizing a student's potential in regards to learning the curriculum. Special education should be specialized. Next slide. Thomas Hehir says that special education should not mean a different curriculum, but rather the vehicle by which students with disabilities access the curriculum. In addition to helping students communicate, special education teachers need other disability-related skills. Other important skills include medical administration, nonviolent crisis intervention, training assistive products, suicide prevention, and trauma-informed care. Next, include disability as part of schools' overall diversity efforts. Temple Grandin has autism. Daniel Radcliffe, has dyspraxia. Cher has dyslexia and is dyscalculic. Students can learn about famous people with disabilities as well as the everyday people with disabilities that you might meet in a grocery store. Thomas Hehir believes that calling children with learning challenges very special is patronizing. It is also ableist to treat having a disability as a tragedy. Having a disability is just another fact of life, just like being a certain ethnicity, gender, or sexual orientation is just another fact of life. We can teach people about disabilities the same way you would teach about individuals from any other group. Move away from current obsession with placement to an obsession with results. Inclusion of children with disabilities has always had pushback, even within the disability community. Some students require an intensive amount of time to learn specific skills which fall outside of the curriculum. Some students who struggle significantly with reading may worry about their peers hearing them read aloud, especially if they are books outside of the curriculum. Some students need to spend a lot of extra time learning how to use their communication device or learning ASL. Some older students may need to spend a significant amount of time learning how to take public transportation. I know I did. Integrations with accommodation should be the norm. The ultimate goal, though, is societal integration. Supports must be individualized to meet the needs of each individual student. Not every student learns the best in the same environment. Next, promote high standards, not high stakes. Back in 1998, New York pushed school districts to include students with disability in the Regents exam. Before this time, many school districts did not have students with disabilities take the test, so students often missed out on opportunities that came as a result of that test. Thomas Hehir says, the most damaging ableist assumption is the belief that disabled people are incapable. We will now watch a video.
Syndrome Day, a day designated by the United Nations to spread awareness of the unique gifts and challenges for people born with Down syndrome. Each year has a different theme and a video produced by Italian nonprofit Cure Down. This year's theme is End the Stereotype and stars Canadian actress and broadcaster Madison Tevlin. Here it is.
Hey bartender, you assume that I cannot drink a margarita, so you don't serve me a margarita? So I don't drink a margarita. Your assumption becomes reality. And parents, you assume that I cannot live on my own, so you don't encourage me to live on my own. So I don't live on my own. Coach, you assume that I cannot hit harder, so you don't train me to hit harder. So I don't hit harder. And teacher, you assume that I cannot learn Shakespeare, so you don't teach me Shakespeare.
Old MacDonald had a farm.
So I don't learn Shakespeare. E-I-E-I-O. But hey, if all your assumptions become reality, then assume that I can drink a margarita. Serve me a margarita. So I drink a margarita. I assume that I can live on my own. So I live on my own. Assume that I can hit harder. So I hit harder. Assume that I can learn Shakespeare. So, what fool would these mortals be? I learned Shakespeare. You assume I can't swear, right? Assume that I can do that job. That I can go to parties. That I can have sex. That I can be on stage. Assume that I can. So maybe I will.
Have really high stakes attached to them, which is not good whether you have a disability or not. A person's life trajectory should not be determined by a test. Other ways a student can demonstrate their skills and knowledge besides tests include the student can write a skit in which they demonstrate their knowledge through performance. They can create posters without the textbook for reference. They can do a treasure hunt in which they have to find the treasure using their acquired knowledge. Can you think of any other alternatives to tests? Can anyone else think of an alternative to a test? Oh, yes.
You could do a speech.
Okay, yeah, speech. Fantastic. Anything else?
Presentation.
Presentation? Okay, yeah, awesome. Okay. So to conclude, I will now read a poem by Eve Room. Me and my hidden disability. It isn't a disorder or a diagnosis, it's just me. You might never even know it. It's not something you can see. But what you see might not be what you get. It's just me and my hidden disability. A glance, a stare, judging from all directions. It's everywhere. The anxiety grips, fogs the brain, the doubts, the questions, sending me insane. The tentacles wrap through my mind. Am I being too cold, too kind? But you look at me, and no one can see the doubts that bring me to my knees. Mind like bees, so I cast myself to the mountains and trees. Try to relax and feel the breeze. They don't expect it, so they won't accept it. But that just worsens it, and I'm left to deal with it. If only there was somewhere we could all be free from the eyes that look but do not see. If only there was a place for me and my hidden disability. Thank you.
Thanks, Katie. That was awesome. I particularly like the little take-home flyer that you made. There's all kinds of information there about all kinds of things I've never heard of. So that's fantastic that we get to learn that. All right. Next, we have a hymn. And I think we're a little confused because the one I have down here is not, we would be one. Well, we will be one. So please, once again, rise in body or in spirit to sing hymn number 318. Thanks very much. Some words by Reverend Peter Rabbi. We build on foundations we did not lay. We warm ourselves by fires we did not light. We sit in the shade of trees we did not plant. We drink from wells we did not dig. We profit from persons we did not know. And this is as it should be. Together, we are more than any one person could be. Together, we can build across the generations. Together, we can renew our hope and faith in the life that is yet to unfold. Together, we can heed the call to a ministry of care and justice. We are ever bound in community, and may it always be so.